We need to start building whatever we can and get into the middle of it. Try and wear a shelter, not just create a shelter. Got to get as much insulation as we can while we can.
All right.
Not much light left.
All right, we'll just grab as much as we can then.
Good shelters take time. A nice thick layer of sheets of birch bark to lay down on the ground. Here we go. In 10 minutes, you can lose a couple of degrees of your core body temperature sitting on frozen ground. So what we need to do is make sure that we have enough insulation between us and that life-stealing ground to make sure that the little bit of body heat that we're producing is staying close to the body.
What makes pine boughs great for insulation out here is that they are everywhere. In an environment like this, when you're thinking about building a shelter, your biggest enemy is going to be conduction of heat. The earth is cold from the day, so the biggest thing you need to think about is getting elevation off the ground.
Heads up. I got a big one.
Nice.
All right, how are we doing on bottom?
We got to get serious about getting some kind of roof.
The roof's going to add airspace.
Bill wants to put a physical roof over our heads. I really don't think it's necessary right now. I think boughs will be good enough.
What if we just use a poncho, throw it over the existing boughs, threw more boughs on top, and then we're burrowed in just like a bough blanket?
I think it's a great idea, but we're soaking wet and the boughs are wet. We'd be like wrapping ourselves in a solar still. Even though we want to try and be as compact as possible because we have to heat the air around us, having a little bit of a gap between the top of our boughs and where that tarp starts is going to give steam that we're going to create as our clothes is drying out from our body heat.
Condensation can occur under the poncho due to increased body temperatures, preventing Grady and Bill from ever drying out and promoting hypothermia. In these conditions, it is critical to have proper ventilation in a shelter to prevent moisture from building up.
That tarp, instead of just wrapping it over the top of the bundle, I think maybe we could jam some longer sticks in here, kind of stuck them into the hill a little bit maybe, hold the poncho up and just crawl into the middle of it.
Fine, if we're going to do that, low as possible.
Yeah, I'll start kicking some poles down for a roof.